know what we call this in the United States? God's ketchup, right there.
I've never heard that before. I think he just made it up.
Is this how the other half lives all the time?
One of those things just never happened.
When somebody rips one, you know it, and it's not yours.
It was like Bugs Bunny when you like smelled the carrot soup.
That is the most random thing. What are you talking about?
It's impossible.
Welcome to another episode of Overseasoned. I'm sitting here with my friend Xavier. He's a very well-traveled man. So when we were talking about wanting to discuss airplane menus and what they serve and how they serve it, you go on a lot of flights, dude.
I certainly do.
on a lot of flights.
I'm on a lot of flights.
You got your fancy Remova luggage with the little stickers on it and the dents to show how well-traveled you are.
Yeah, and everyone needs to know. Everyone needs to know. That's why.
Needs to know what?
Needs to know how well-traveled I am.
Well, that's what you wanted to talk about, the airline menus.
Yeah, so specifically in this case, it was an airline that convinced me that I needed a Remova. I was on a Japan Airlines flight, and they usually have like a lot of weird commercials. There's all kinds of this is what happens if there's turbulence in the air.
Oh, how they
it's
like a commercial to keep you interested, and sometimes
it's always got a little bit of a dance to it.
Sure.
Cha, 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 and then there's
people will pay attention this time.
Yeah, right. They are those. How many times you got to watch that? And then I feel bad for the flight attendants.
I always feign attention. I'll always feign attention just for their sake.
You will?
Yeah.
Will you take your headphones out and stop listening to the podcast you're listening to? Never.
I'm not sure.
The moment I sit, the moment
you do the big headphones and everything.
I pull up. Yeah, this is.
You walk in your.
This is
your pajamas.
Yeah.
In your big puffy jacket.
Yeah.
Getting all comfy.
Listen, I mean, yeah, I don't necessarily need to make a friend on a flight. It's happened. I've made a friend or two on a flight. But in most cases, I have...
Oh, so the headphones are just like the universal symbol to leave you alone.
Yes. There's nothing we need to talk about.
Because you're in your shorts and loafers and you want to be left alone. You want to cuddle up.
Yeah, You know what happens is usually I get into some kind of deep podcast about 20 ways that you can lose weight, or the 20 things that I did that transformed my whatever, or 20 things you can do to prepare for the financial Armageddon as Florida's housing crisis begins.
Cool.
Those kinds of, videos.
It needs your full attention.
And in most of those cases, I am like 4 minutes in before the airplane starts to do its little vibration with the motors and whatnot, and I'm like a child, I'm like a child in the back of my.
You said it.
Oh yeah, of my child's seat. What do you call those? The children's seats. The seats. You know what I mean?
Like a booster.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It is. You're like in a booster. In a booster. Before you know it, you're slobbering. You're like leaning on the side of the window. Trying not to make eye contact with people because you're deaf. I feel like people in the air, just in general, when they hop on an airplane, they forget where they are. They don't realize they're not in their living room. I've seen people go in on their nails and start chewing them. I've had people I've sat next to where I'm like, bro, this is not the place for you to be fucking pulling those fucking snagglefoot out. Like, I've seen some wild shit in it. So, you know what? If I just don't pay attention, if I just remove myself, then you don't have to.
You just go to an alternate place. You're in your own happy place, and you just want to stay there.
It's actually, especially on the international flights, it's one of the few places no one can get you.
So, how many flights would you say you take a year internationally?
International?
Yeah.
I would say I'm good for, including Bogota, it's a lot.
See?
International flights, let's call them 25.
Wow.
25 to 35.
And do you have an airline of choice or Do you just
I have favorite airlines for favorite things at this point. I would so why don't we talk about you have your team and I have my team. Don't you be putting this off like you're not also flying quite a bit, because you do fly quite a bit.
for work?
Yes. Where are you flying in a couple days? Tomorrow.
Oh, to Dominican, on the way home from work.
What are you flying tomorrow? Is it
Avianca.
Prepare to be disappointed. It's a quack flight. It's quack flight. It's a quick flight. Those are quick.
Exactly.
Here's the thing, right? So I know that my airline mileage,
You're a slave
loyalty.
to the system, too.
I am certainly a slave to the system. I'm now deep into the American Airlines vortex. Now, when I fly internationally on American, it is deeply disappointing, which is why I just fast on those flights. There's nothing less opulent and exciting than having the steward or stewardesses or attendants. I don't know what their, appropriate titles are. Let's just call them servers in the sky. There's nothing less exciting than somebody walking around the business class area in the American Airlines flight. And American Airlines, listen up, because you're disappointing. They don't even have glassware, dude. They're walking around. When you go to that like children's
What do you mean?
12th birthday party and there's a bunch of children, and so
Children's birthday party.
Yep. And you're like, fuck it, we're just gonna buy the plastic stemware that's you could throw away, because we're gonna pour a little Martinelli cider in here, and everybody's gonna have a great time, but we know the kids should not have real flutes. That's the American Airlines approach to champagne service.
Really? They have plastic.
Bro, plastic cups. And I don't give a fuck what you're pouring in a plastic cup. You know what that says to me? We don't give a shit about this experience for you. And not only are we going to tempt you.
They're coming out with it. Wow.
Not only are we going to do our best not to tempt you into imbibing into your business class experience, but we're going to top that off by completely lowering your expectations from this moment on. Here you are. Let me hand you an orange juice in a plastic flute so that you have zero reason to look at the menu. Because if you want to be disappointed from step one, it'll only get worse from here on out. And you know what? That's where I'm like, fuck this. I don't want your hot nuts and that napkin. I mean, you know what? And you ever get that hot towel? That hot towel is ridiculous. Get the fuck out of here with this hot towel. You want me to wipe my hands and of course it's a hot towel. It's got a little eucalyptus scent on it. That's the nicest thing they do. The nicest thing they do is that hot little towel. And you know what? None of us have the strength not to wipe that thing all over our face. We don't know where that towel has been. And then we're going to hand it back to that poor, sweet lady as if, you know what I mean? Like she's not already disgusted by all of us. Get out of here.
This is taking a turn.
Well, anyway, I'm just saying, American Airlines is so disappointing. Now, let me say this.
But it's your airline of choice.
You know what it is? So I started flying out of Philly. And so once you're in the vortex, you think I want to sit down with Group 7? Is that? No.
No, you're
I
fancy.
can't do it.
You're fancy.
Dude, it's gotten way beyond a point where I'm willing to wait in line for anything. For anything. If there's a line, I'm fucking out. Doesn't matter if they're giving out fucking free bottles of Dom Perignon. If there's more than 4 people in line, fuck that. I am totally cool skipping it. So that's it. Do you want to wait in line?
No.
Dude, every time I got to take one of these local airlines, I'm like, $48 to upgrade so I can fucking get a hand towel, and a look of disappointment when I go to Group B, sign me up. Sign me up. I am definitely not going to fucking... Dude, I made the mistake of doing these Vueling flights.
I just didn't expect this level of emotion already.
Dude, are
Like,
you
right out
kidding
of the
me?
gate,
It's like you like the TSA, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get so spoiled by this thing. All I want is not to pull my bag out or my laptop out. And you're telling me, yo, like when I am in the fucking, like I was in Turkey, they're like, you have to take your shoes off. I'm like, I am not taking my shoes off here.
You just wear those slippers anyway.
Well, it's just out of habit at this point. But I wear the slippers and the slippers don't have socks. And now I'm fucking tracking,
You need a
Baba Ganoush across the fucking international airlines. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, no, I don't. I'll pay whatever to not take my shoes off. I will pay whatever to not like wait in line. And it's like you're always stuck behind that one family who's never fucking left their house. You know what I mean? You're like, please take the bus tub and put your shit in it. Dude, one time I got behind this family that had literally had a chicken. Literally had a chicken in Qatar. I'm like, who let you onto this flight with a chicken, dude? They had hay and straw and shit. They pop open just like this fucking, it's holding on by a thread. This fucking carry-on bag. And this lady had a chicken. I'm like, this is not going to end well. But how am I behind this? Couldn't I have just snuck in front? The airport is a wild place. And, you just want to fucking... Anyway, American Airlines, you could really just do a better job. And in Miami, dude, there's the lounge, right? But there's the lounge for the people who spent money. And then there's just the lounge, like the slop lounge. It's like, this makes me feel real special. The fucking, there's corn with barbecue sauce on it sitting on the line. And then I'm just like, it's like that and some Powerade. Who knows how long that's been out. Some over roasted coffee and corn nuts. And I'm like, oh, this is such an experience, American. Thank you so much. Can't wait to not fly with you internationally. So now I will absolutely plan my international flights with all the other One World. All of them out. All the other ones. You got British Airways. They do a questionably better job. They suck too. British fucking sucks. It's like, what is this, a business class? Are you just is this a joke? It's like Mr. Bean. It's like walking around, avoiding eye contact. He's just like, can I just have water? I don't care if you have disgusting sparkling wine. And then you hop on any other airline, Qatar, Japan Airways, and Cathay Pacific. They're fantastic. Yeah. They actually give a shit. They you get on the plane and they're like, would you care for vintage rosé or would you like Blanc de Blanc? And I'm like, no way. I'm so shattered, disappointed. I'm like, let me see the bottles. I feel like they're gaslighting me when they're like, oh, you have two choices of champagne? Yeah, in a glass? No way.
All right, take a breath.
Yeah, I know. It's embarrassing, Tony.
To who?
It's embarrassing. Dude, you go to the lounge in Qatar and they're carving whole lamb, serving Vega Sicilia. You get to the lounge in Philadelphia and you're barely getting a Biscoff and the actual directions to the bathroom. You know what I mean? You go to the Philadelphia airport lounge.
Here, I thought you were prepared for this podcast.
I straight up, I don't have my expectations of the American flight experience.
Delta's not so bad. I fly Delta a lot.
All right, so tell me about Delta. What's nice about Delta? Because I'm considering my life choices.
Well, I did the same thing as you. We don't really eat usually on the smaller flights.
They say it's bad for you. They
do?
Yeah, like 4
I just
people.
always get like, kind of, I always look at the menu. I always check it out,
There's always fun. Yeah, it's always fun to read what's on there.
But it tends to cramp me up,
It's always disappointing. It's always salty.
It's just a way to waste time.
It's a way to waste time.
It's just a way to like, oh, there goes 20 minutes.
It's true.
But I do think that they try too hard many times. Many of the airlines who shouldn't be trying too hard because, like you said, like Emirates does a ridiculous.
They're phenomenal.
Over the top
I've never
job.
even been on that fucking thing.
That's why I like to send you pictures.
Yes. So let's. Yes. It's
First off, I think that the regional airlines, we'll call it, like the non-international airlines, I think they could just simplify it with like cheese and crackers, good cheese, good crackers, ham and cheese and stuff like that.
Ham and cheese and stuff like that.
You don't have to worry about being hot or weird or overcooked or, no osso buco with polenta, string beans, sitting in that little tray baking for God knows how long.
And where does this food come from? Who's making it?
I'm sure there's a whole, industry.
There certainly is a whole
catering.
industry. It's catering for sure, but it's like
some fruit,
yeah,
eat picnic stuff, like easy, like little grazing picnic stuff.
Yes, it should be that. But then it's like, you look at this menu. Like I'll pull one up. Like American Airlines is like, oh, we've partnered up with James Beard. Like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Well, what's surprising to me
is one
is that
email to their assistant, and you didn't partner up
with a check.
With a check, exactly. And now they're like, cool. I'm gonna open up my tasting menu restaurant, which will never make a fucking cent, living off of this, whisper of a partnership. Get out of here. You think any of those chefs ever walked into that fucking catering hall and were like, made eye contact with any of those convicts that were putting together those fucking platters? Hell no. Do you know anybody who's ever worked at a fucking airline fucking
worked
food
in an
thing?
airline food? No, I don't.
And I always feel bad for them too.
You don't even know who they are.
Dude,
maybe they have a great job and a great life. Maybe it's awesome. They're just going down the line. Regular hours. Not like grinding it out behind the line.
I guess.
Taking orders from people saying, no this, no that.
Dude, so American loves to do guacamole.
Do they?
Dude, it's the most.
See, okay, we're getting to actually the nut of the matter is that do appropriate things for the trip and don't try to push the envelope. I think
I agree. You got to keep it simple, stupid. Mm-hmm. Keep it simple, stupid.
I'm always surprised by the amount of people who will eat the meal no matter what time it is. Like those lights come on and breakfast service starts, wakes everybody up. Like you're going to have a incomplete experience if you didn't have that omelet with
whatever. No, that's not an omelet.
Croissant-ish
that's
pastry in the little jelly packet.
The stuff that they serve, let's just be honest. We shouldn't be eating it. It's like space food. It's the equivalent in most cases, the American stuff. Allow me to digress. Qatar has excellent food. Japan Airlines, it's.
I've never flown Japan Airlines, so give me some of what they got.
Bro, they'll literally have a Western menu and a Japanese menu. They'll come out with I'll always, when I'm on a Japan Airlines flight, I'm like, can I have some matcha? And they're like, would you like it warm? Would you like the ceremonial style? Would you like it iced? With honey? Without honey? Blossom honey? And I'm just like, this is fucking fantastic. And then anybody who takes their shoes off, they're bringing you over these beautiful little Japan Airlines fucking slippers. They so give a shit. And then, like I told you, like on the American Airlines flight, they're like bringing over these like fucking radioactive hot nuts. And
stop with the hot nuts.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's just ridiculous because they'll always say, would you like some hot nuts? And I'm like, do you guys realize how ridiculous this sounds? Anyway.
I would get the hot nuts.
I always eat them anyway, but.
Generally, I'll fly Air Korea to Manila.
And you've told me that sometimes
They have,
it's
like,
hard
it's-
to resist that one.
It's kind of like a source. Somebody told me that it's kind of a source of national pride. The bim bim bop they serve on the flight, and it's always there, and it's always the same, and it's always fantastic,
Yeah.
which I appreciate. I like that it's the same. They're not trying to do menu changes. They're not trying to change it up all the time. You know what to expect.
Yeah, like dude, on the Japan Airlines flight, they'll do like beautiful soba noodles. You know what I mean, with like bonito flakes. Then they'll follow it up with like a beautiful soup. You know what I mean? And then they'll give you a choice of like, you know, some katsu, which actually is like crispy and delicious, or you can have like Japanese curry, like the beef short rib curry. They'll often do like sashimi plates. You know, a snack. Snack on American Airlines. Let me just pull one up for you. A snack on American Airlines is like, you know, let's see here. A gourmet cheese plate. There's nothing gourmet about this cheese plate. It is.
We're back to banging on American.
Sorry, maybe they'll sponsor us one day. Oh, here's another snack. Sweet buffalo chicken wrap. Red cabbage slaw with sweet buffalo sauce. Like, really? That's what you want to show off with?
I think wraps in general gotta go.
Yeah. You mean like salad burritos? I went through a phase. It's just easy to walk around with. That's all. Which that's how we do everything. It's just easy.
But just the cold flour tortilla.
They're doing like beautiful Hokkaido scallops with salmon roe on top and yuzu. And we're like barely scraping by with like a fucking hot pocket. It's just, anyway, it's true though. You know it's true. They're walking around like proud. Like would you like a pepperoni hot pocket? Or would you like
it's just
a granola bar?
It's not pride. It's just, they're just going through the motions.
Yeah, I know. And it's true. Every look, sometimes, like you said, it's just out of boredom. You know what I mean? You're in a tube in the sky, racing at 600 miles an hour, and literally you're just like, you know what? How can I pass this radioactive freaking, you know what I mean? And sure, I'll have the Salisbury steak. It's just a way to pass time. It's just a way to pass time. And then listen, whether you want to sleep or not, the smells, they're penetrating.
That's the one thing I don't understand. Like, there always has to be something, excuse me, like serving something on overnight flights. Like dinner has to come out at midnight.
Yeah.
Does it?
It does.
Doesn't.
It does.
Are the complaints going to start rolling in if you don't get chicken raviolis?
I just think, for people who don't often fly, it's like, it's definitely an expectation on an international flight, at least.
So what were some of is Japan Airlines your best experience?
Honestly, so Japan Airlines, they're decently comfortable seats, The best part about Japan Airlines is landing at Haneda Airport. Narita's okay. They have 2 airports in Tokyo, right? But Haneda has the lounge of all lounges, and they've always got ridiculous sushi, multiple sakes on draft. You can like take a shower in that motherfucker. It smells like sakura blossoms, and like they just have it all. And they'll always have like a few different kinds of nigiri. They'll have a nigiri of the day. And I know that when I like to fast on these trips just to like be excited to eat hopefully it helps to reset your clock. But if I land in Haneda, there's no waiting happening. I'm going right to that lounge and I'm going to town on all the free sushi.
I think we can consider the lounge as
it's certainly part of the experience.
Right.
So I would say my favorite lounge experience is between Japan Airlines and Haneda. And dude, the menu at the Cathay Pacific first class lounge in Hong Kong is phenomenal.
Give me some.
All right, let me give you some. So on my last trip, here's what they had. They had 2 different menus to choose from. They had the pier menu and they had the tasting experience, right? Let me just give you a little taste of what Cathay Pacific does. So they have an aperitif they bring out, which is a
Again, this is in their lounge, not.
This is in their lounge. This is in their lounge. This is embark on exquisite first-class dining experience celebrating sophisticated Chinese cuisine exclusively designed for Katai. No chef mentioned, no James Beard, no nothing. Just come in here and see what's about to happen to you. Amuse-bouche, crispy mushrooms with green beans and sesame. Starter, free-range chicken with black truffle and coriander. I mean, I would be excited to eat this anywhere. Pan-fried prawns with pickled ginger, chili bean paste, and jasmine rice. So that's just their tasting menu. But they also have double-boiled silky chicken and pork soup with cordyceps flour, red dates, and dried longan beans. Ooh. They've got Indian samosas with mint yogurt and raita.
Cordyceps, that's the mushrooms in The Last of Us that take over people's brains.
Oh, got it. They've got gado salad, which is blanched vegetables with boiled eggs, fried tofu, and peanut dressing. They have pan-seared sea bass fillet with olives and tomato. Duck leg confit with mashed potato and red wine jus. A Wagyu beef cheeseburger with Gruyere pickles.
That's what
barbecue
you had.
relish burger
That's
bun.
what you
Yes,
had.
absolutely. Served with French fries. They've got.
How did you have that for real?
I did have that.
How was it?
It was fucking delicious. And they had like 18 different kinds of champagne. 18 different kinds of champagne.
Which is your
you
jam.
walk into the American lounge, and like, would you like would you like some champagne? And I'm like, cool, yeah, I'll take it. They're like, cool, that's $18, and it's actually Prosecco, and guess what? It's warm. You piece of shit. I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. What should I tip? 18%? Anyway, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We have no pride. No pride. Then you hop on the Qatar Airlines flight, and they're like, would you care for rack of lamb? Or like olive oil poached halibut? And then on the other...
And it's beautifully done.
And it's beautifully done, right? And then on American, you're like, we got manicotti, day-old manicotti. It's definitely like in some sort of fumet, but it's not fumet. It's like, it's refrigerator water. And then we think it's chicken. It's got grill marks on it, and but it's a patty of congealed 48 chicken with Caesar salad dressing. Get out of here! Get out of here! It's embarrassing. I'll look over at a non-American on these flights, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I know we were just on another flight.
What's also good on the other flights is you can get it whenever you want.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely.
It's not, now's the time. You can...
Yeah. Yeah, stern
hit
look.
Hit the bell and...
Yeah, exactly.
Caviar and demand.
I'm always like, I'll just have a water, no ice. And they look at me when I say no ice as if I just broke the Matrix. I'm like, I'm just asking for a water, no ice. I don't want a Jack and Coke. I don't want a glass of white or red. It's just so disappointing. Like a quesadilla. I'm looking at the American Airlines fucking menu. It's just like, quesadilla? Really? They're serving fucking caviar on Tony's flight? And I'm like looking at a polenta cake with beluga lentils, and like that's fancy for American. But a polenta cake? They got there's Ocetra caviar and Dom Perignon P2 2004 on the other flight. Why don't you tell me about your flight on... Tell me all about Emirates.
Emirates is great. I love Emirates. I'd like to... On the way... The flight back from Manila is, as you know, it's 30 hours door to door.
It's a lot of traveling.
Door to door is 30 hours. The flight itself is this leg is 16, this leg is 8, whatever, but it's 30 hours door to door. From like leaving to the airport to waiting in the lounge, all that jazz.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to eat.
All right. Yes.
And if I'm going to travel 30 hours, I want to enjoy myself.
I agree. I 100% agree.
And Emirates has a great flight from Manila to Dubai to New York.
Great.
And you get like beautiful caviar on demand as much as you want.
It was Ocetra, right? Or was it Beluga? Or was it Triple
I asked to
Zero
see the tin
Iranian?
and they didn't have it. or something. They didn't tell me what it was. I couldn't tell. I couldn't see what kind of caviar it was.
Yeah.
But I tell you, they take like an ice cream scoop to put that on the plate. Comes with these beautiful little accoutrements.
Yeah.
The classics.
Blini.
Blini if you want. I tend to go the Melba toast route.
Okay. You like a little crunch on your
I like a little crunch.
on your caviar?
Yeah.
How many caviars did you get? What else is on there?
What else is on the?
I'm not jealous at all.
It's it's your egg white, sieved egg, yolk, white, shallot,
Chives. Of course. Creme fraiche.
creme fraiche.
Of course.
That.
Wash it down with a vintage champagne.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It was nice. And the menu itself is fantastic. They do meze, they do it's great. And it's kind of on demand.
Dude, I remember you said, I'm like, please send me the wine list.
I did.
Do you remember?
Well, you were very impressed with that Dom Pérignon P2, you called it?
Well, yeah. So Dom Pérignon to start is just, it is the the marquee example of, celebratory bubbles in the sky, and for them, even just having regular Dom Pérignon is a big deal. But Dom Pérignon has multiple levels of, I guess, maybe about 10 or 15 years ago. I don't really hang out at clubs, so I'm not like into the Dom thing anymore. Dom turned into like this day load lounge, like club party champagne. Like Veuve Clicquot, all like the big names in champagne. It's like we're bros.
They marketed it well.
Yes, they absolutely did. And they do like
I knew Veuve Clicquot was like that because it's such a recognizable label.
Yeah.
And they've been promoting it as such for quite some time.
Yeah, so between Veuve Clicquot and
But you're not the biggest fan of Veuve Clicquot, are you?
I'm a 0%
0% fan
of Veuve Clicquot.
Pourquoi?
Because it just tastes like apple cider, and it's just the color of the label anymore.
Right.
And it just
Doesn't
it's very
doesn't do
sweet.
anything special for you. It is sweet.
It's sweet, and it doesn't have any complexity to it, and there's no toast, and it's literally Coca-Cola. It's the Coca-Cola of champagne.
Literally.
Although Coca-Cola is delicious. So I wouldn't make that comparison.
Maybe they'll be serving Veuve Clicquot on American Airlines soon.
No, American Airlines wouldn't.
Just saying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. American, yeah. God, you're so
They
disappointing.
have a fantastic cheese board as well, which I appreciate a cheese board. Like I said, ham and cheese and stuff like that.
Yeah. Ham and cheese and caviar and stuff like
They have
that.
espresso Vitano?
What is that?
I don't know. Wisconsin-made cheese, hand-rubbed with freshly roasted espresso. Never even had it.
Whoa, that's a cheese?
Guess so. Cricketer Farm extra mature cheddar. A Tom d'Espelette. Nice. Get a little Espelette in your life. Bleu d'Affinois. And a La Fonde.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the cheese plate on American Airlines is like, I'm not even joking. It's like,
It's like a individually wrapped, like,
no, it's
craft single.
that would be nicer. It's straight up like government Gouda. You know what I mean? The one where they put like the.
You got to find another airline, my friend.
You know what? No, what it does is it makes it so I have zero temptation.
Okay, so you enjoy it.
I
don't
like.
want them to get it
I'm not
better,
missing
'cause
out on
you're-
anything.
Right, so it works for you.
Yeah. In a way, yes. In a way, yes.
So what would be your ideal? You're designing the menu,
Okay.
right?
This is exciting.
It's a long flight. It's a 10-hour flight.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't want to, you want something.
You know what?
Give me 3 wines and what you'd want to eat with them. You could pick 3 champagnes if you want. I know that's what you want to do.
Well, look, if I was able to just like really do this thing, yeah, let's really do this thing. So, for starters,
It's for the Remova set.
we're gonna do.
It's for the Remova set.
Oh yes.
Okay.
This is Thank you, Tony. For starters, we need to have, of course, caviar. And if I'm gonna choose my caviar, we're going like a Royal Amber Ocetra.
Amber Ocetra.
Yeah, I love the golden, like when it moves away from that darker, which I don't know if it's just mental, but it usually feels more briny and move into the more nutty style.
Okay.
So with all the classic accoutrement, you know what I mean? Make your own.
What's good about the one in Emirates is like it's not just like this itsy teensy little a quarter ounce. I mean,
It's a solid.
You get
Like 2
your
ounces.
fill of caviar, which is amazing.
What else would you want? So I think with that, I want to do. I mean, if
It's your airline. It's
my airline.
Air Express.
Yeah, we're not sparing any expense here.
The airline is never on time.
But it's always jovial.
It's always a good
Lots
time,
of
but it's
jokey
never on
jokies.
time.
Always good time, never on. That's fine. That would be the fucking best slogan.
We're gonna leave today.
Yes.
Maybe sometime.
But
We'll
guess
text
what?
you tomorrow.
Well, guess what?
Maybe.
You're going to be enjoying some Ulysse Callan.
We'll make up for it.
A little Creux d'Enfer, some beautiful grower champagne. So we're going to do with a little Ulysse Callan. We're going to have some beautiful Etc. Amber, Royal Amber caviar with all the classic garnish. Then I think what we need to have, without a doubt, is a plethora of delicious raw bar items. We're talking beautiful, big, plump, sweet shrimp cocktail, stone crabs, king crabs,
We're doing the steakhouse in the
oysters.
sky. There we go.
I mean,
Never-
oysters.
We had steak for the third time today.
And listen, my friend, nothing quite complements raw bar like a beautiful glass of some Ravenau. Maybe, I think we're going to go something with some age on it. I think I want to, and maybe like an off vintage, because, we still have investors. But we're going to go like a nice 2013, something with some tart acidity, but still some exotic ripeness to it.
Okay.
But it's got a little age on it. And
What is the age? The age just gives it. I
it just
wouldn't think it'd be so
allows
tart.
it allows it to develop these secondary kind of like creamy, toasty,
You're getting hungry again
stuff.
already. We just had lunch. I
So a
can see
little
it in your eyes.
Ravenau. I think everyone deserves it. And, we're going to do a little 2013 Blanc show. Or Le Clos. Fuck it. We're in the sky. Who knows if we'll make it out of this fucking flight. And then I think, so what we're essentially talking about here is light. We're talking yacht food. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like a yacht.
You and the yachts.
It's a yacht. You know what I mean?
You and the yachts. This is part of the package when you become a yacht salesman.
Yeah. Oh, and then to finish, we haven't even gone here yet, but to finish, I think we're going like the most high-end version of Hong Kong barbecue. I'm talking make your
Did
own.
not expect that.
Well, you know why? It's because we got duck. We've got some beautiful Berkshire pork. We got ribs. We got a little, some beautifully steamed rice, hoisin of the gods, sliced cucumber, all dainty and beautiful, some green onions. And with this, of course, Burgundy. And not just Burgundy. We're going the one. We're going Domaine Romani Conte Burgundy. And I think in this case, we need to show off a little bit. I think we're going 1985 Richebourg.
How much is this flight?
I think the wine pairings alone are about 10 grand. No, actually, maybe about 25 grand.
25 grand.
But no. But this is the thing. It's, I think we figured something out, right? To
Which is?
make this all happen. Bitcoin. I don't know. Or this is like the Bitcoin millionaires flight.
I say airlines just stick with room temperature stuff. Room temperature to cold. In general.
You wouldn't love some shrimp cocktail?
Oh, room temperature to cold.
Okay, room temperature. Okay, got it.
Right? Unless if they can do it like actually more well. Like Emirates is, I don't even know how they do it. I was trying to peek back in their galley just
Were
to
you?
see how. But I couldn't quite get, because I'm like, come on, the menu is exhaustive. They have movie snacks.
Yeah.
You can get anything at any time. They have soups. They have chicken. They have lamb chops. They have meze. they have an amazing menu. Like you could have 3 meals.
Right. And not eat the same thing more than once.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they do it right, and they've somehow figured that out. But that's an experience.
What would be your number 2? If you had your number 2 airline in terms of quality of food and all that stuff.
Sounds like Air Japan. I mean, I've never flown in it, but I wanted to experience
but
that.
your Korean one is a great
It's
one.
great.
No?
It's solid. I like everyone's just quiet and silent, and everyone seems
There's
to
a
know how
level
to
of
travel.
respect. Yes.
They get it down, right?
Sure.
It's like we're all here for the same thing. Let's just get there the calmest way possible.
Yeah.
It's called like air calm or something. That's like it's great. It's nice and
That's
quiet
nice.
and great.
That's nice.
Because I usually take an overnight flight anyway.
Yeah.
To Manila, so it's one you want to sleep as much as you can and leave it at that.
Would you say that the flight on
I like the airport of Korea too. I usually get there too early, but tonkatsu. The lounge leaves a little bit to be desired. From my memory. But they have some great restaurants.
Pyongyang needs to get their shit together, is what you're saying. This is Seoul, I know. But yeah, can you imagine what the lounge is like in Pyongyang?
No, do they have one?
I don't even know if they have an airport that you can international. I don't know anything about the other Korea, but I would say that. What's your favorite lounge up until now?
Well, they've been doing some new lounges, the Delta ones. They're almost like full blown restaurants.
I've seen these.
I went once.
JFK.
It's hard for me to really understand. There's the Centurion Lounge. There's this lounge. All the rules applied with getting into one.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
but I went to one most recently. You're in the right terminal, taking the right flight at the right time, and it's open. Whatever. I just kind of go wherever. I tend to not try to understand too much. I just lounge there, go sit. Have coffee. But the restaurant part was really cool. I saw some chefs back there like working as if they're in a restaurant.
This was
pretty surprising.
in Newark?
New York, JFK probably.
JFK.
The lounge in the Dominican Republic is fantastic. It's like one of these group lounges. It's not an airline lounge.
Yeah, priority pass or
But
one of
they
those
have a
things.
swimming pool in the lounge.
That's ridiculous.
You got to remember to pack your shorts, but you're coming for the Dominican Republic, so you probably have swimming trunks, right? But then they have showers and towels and bathrobes and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty. And with you traveling with kids,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
I've never, ever in my life seen a swimming pool
I know.
in an airport.
It was shocking.
It's very shocking.
I'll
Cool.
send you some photos.
Cool. All right.
It's like, do you really want to like get all undressed and go for a swim? But then you got a 2 or 3 hour wait. Yeah, go for it. It's not a bad way. It's kind of that thing. You're just wasting time. And if you have kids, it's the way to go.
That's fantastic. I will say that's fantastic. I would say I think the coolest thing I've ever seen in any lounge, I mean the sushi, like I said, the sushi experience at Haneda, Japan Airlines is ridiculous. Aside from that, I mean there's some pretty fantastic shopping in Hong Kong. They have everything. Anything you'd ever think you ever wanted. There's Panerai, 2 stores I think in there. They have great wine stores, Japanese whiskey, all that stuff. So good shopping.
How
there.
long before you get the Rimowa wine traveler?
I can't bring myself to spend the money. It's expensive. It's expensive. It's cool, but I think
Talk about a statement piece.
Oh,
You'd rather spend the money on the wine.
yeah, exactly. I think what I'm going to do is buy the closest to it, like because Rimowa essentially makes this over the top wine carrier that you can check, and it has 12 wine,
Super protected, padded spots.
leather padded, and all that stuff. And I think you can also put like glassware in it and stuff. So it's like a yacht picnic, right?
There you go. We're back to the yacht fascination.
Well, dude, I mean,
I think you're going to travel with a yacht someday. I think that's going to be your jam.
I would listen. Maybe just once. But that's the thing is, once you have it, it's hard to go back. It's hard. It's hard not to like Group 7? I'm either going on first or last. I cannot be a part of that like fart line. Like I just can't.
Okay.
Seriously. You ever like just sit in the tube waiting for them to let you on? You're like, what am I doing? What am I doing? We're just a bunch of ants. Just like, they're yelling at you. They're bringing the fucking, the wheelchairs up and back. Nobody pays attention. You're like nudging people. Hey, there's people coming up. It's just.
Well, I wish you many happy adventures. Regardless of that.
Thank you
not
so
on American
much.
Airlines.
I love you, American. It's just you're just disappointing. It's just.
But it keeps your fast going properly. So.
Yes. Thank you for not tempting me with absolutely anything on those flights. Thank you for completely destroying everyone's idea of what American luxury is before they've even landed.
Right.
It's just you're so good at all this stuff. Set that expectation low. That's the thing is like that plastic champagne flute. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's us in a nutshell.
One nutshell.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I gotta go cheer X up. He's getting suicidal over this. American Airlines. Till next time.
Stay salty, my friends.
Overseasoned Podcast was brought to you by Over Easy Office, outsourced bookkeeping solution.